Just a quick recap in the previous class. We have seen a concept of data type. So data type is nothing but which defines what kind of information we are storing. So we have different data types like elementary data type. Just give me a second. So elementary data type, complex reference. So right now we are seeing elementary data type. In elementary data type, it is again categorized into two types, pixel length and variable length. In the pixel length, we have character, numeric, integer, packet number, floating, date, time, hexadecimal are there. Coming to the variable length, we have string and string. So, character, numeric, date, time, these are considered as a character data type. So, character data type is nothing but where we don't perform any calculations, arithmetical calculations. So, those are nothing but non-numeric data type. The other one, integer, packet decimal, floating point, these are considered as numeric data type, where we do actual calculations. So I'll explain non-numeric data types today, all the syntax like character, numeric, date, time in today's session. So let me get into the system. Before that, I have seen many of you are not finding the system credentials. So you know the IP address. Once you enter the IP address, which has shared by our team member, after that to log in into SAP, like you have to enter username and password. So for this, you need to find the details on the desktop. Here there is a file with details on the desktop. If you double click on it, you will be getting the username and password. So you need to take this username, password. So those username and password, you need to enter it here. Give me a second. To write a program, what is the transaction code we are using mostly?
SE38.
38, which is ABAP address view. Here, let me create a new program. So package name Z followed by your packet name. And right now we are going to create a program and today's date. Month 3, date 24, year 2025. And today data type is there, right? So data types to select the type as executable program, click on save and select your package, save it, select TR. So which you have created, save in your own package and TR to track whatever objects you have developed. So you need to save in your own package. So first let me take numeric data type, which we already discussed in the previous session. Syntax, data, and data after we have to give data is nothing but it is a keyword, declarative keyword to declare any variable. Whenever we want to store something, we need to take the variable or constant or table or yeah. So these other things like whatever I have said other than variable, those we'll discuss in coming up classes. But as of now, you can think that we are storing a value in a variable. So variable can hold a single value. It is having the capability to hold a single value. So if you want to store, like there is a scenario where user want to see material number, creation date, created time, mm, quantity, and its price. So these details user want to see in the output stream. User wants to see material number, creation date, time, price, quantity, and material type also. So these details we have to display in the output stream. So for that, material number is nothing but it holds two digits. Here we are not performing any arithmetical operations. Just we want to display numbers in the output screen. So for that, we can use numeric data type where we are not using any arithmetical operations. So data, let me write the syntax here. Variable name, data, variable name, type, and here we can write the length, how much characters you want to store. Suppose, so this is the syntax. So now I'll declare it data, variable name. So variable name, suppose material number, right? So it is a local variable as I'm creating in the program itself. That is nothing but locally I'm creating. LV stands for local variable underscore. So whenever we want to give space instead of space, we can use underscore. And here material number. So I'm giving mat NO. The material number shortcut I have written mat NO. So type. So this mat NO variable with data type to dictate that we are using the ABAP keyword called type. So type after we can write with data type. So first material number I want to display. So material number is nothing but like a numeric data type. So n. And after variable, you can put bracket, and here you can write how many characters or how much length you want to store in that particular variable. Suppose I want 10 length. So 10 length is nothing but it can hold up to 10 digits. So how much length you are specifying, it can be hold that much storage information in this variable. Suppose I want to display 10 digits in the output screen. So I can write 10 in this within the bracket, the length. So this is nothing but length. So whatever we are specifying the bracket, that is nothing but length of this variable. And I have declared the variable. And to display in the output screen, first I need to assign the value to the variable. So just I have declared a variable with the name LV mat number, mat convo. But as of now, I haven't put any data in this variable. So I need to assign the value now. Assign the value, we can use assignment operator, that is but equal symbol. And if it is character data type, you have to assign the value using single quotes. As I told you, numeric data type, character data, date, time. These are considered as a character data type. So specify within the single quotes. Whenever we are declaring any character data type, always remember before assigning the value, you have to put single quotes. So within the single quotes, you can assign the value. And suppose I'm assigning one. I'll tell you one thing after displaying the data. So as of now, I have assigned the value one. And in ABAP, if you want to display in output screen, then we use a keyword called write. So I have used a variable lvmatno, which is numeric data type, and it can hold up to 10 characters. Now I have assigned the value into this variable, which is having 1. But it is application layer, like whatever we are seeing. But to display the output screen, that is list processing screen. So what we have to do, we have to use a keyword called write. Right? And this one is having, this variable is having one value. So which variable is holding, you can write after write. So that whatever you are writing after write, if it is a variable, whatever exists in the variable, that value will be displayed in the output screen. LV, mat, NO. So if you see every statement, I have ended with dot. So that is our first rule. And we have to give space between the keywords. If you see the keywords, I have given the space, one character space. And after completion of writing the program, you need to save it. You can use Control S or else go to menu bar program, and from there you can choose save. Before that, let me do a pretty printer to align the format in a proper way. Let me save it again. Check it for syntax errors. If anything is not found, then you can activate. Now click on execute. See, I have given only one, but if you see in the output screen, it has written zeros because numeric character initially it can hold zero value. Suppose I have taken 10 maximum length, but I have given only one is a value. So remaining 9 digits, it will be taken as a zeros. Suppose if I take 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 9 characters, it doesn't rate any zeros. But if you are giving maximum length with minimum value, then left side it will be take the zeros, preceding zeros. Suppose here let me give 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So let me click. So it will be display whatever I have written, it will be display the same number. But if any character value you are giving less value, if you are giving any less value, then it will be considered as a zero in front of that particular value. Imagine that first example, I have given only one, but I have taken the maximum length 10. So before 9 numbers, so remaining 9 numbers, it will be considered as a zeros. So in that way, numeric data type will be work. And we take character data type. So character data type, we have a syntax, same data, data after variable name, variable name after, you can specify the length. So length we can specify in a two ways, but as of now, I'll explain in this way. Suppose 20 character length, then type C. Or and also take data. As of now, it's only one way. So I'll explain other way of declaring character data type in coming up classes. As of now, I will see only this way. So that is a scenario. As I explained you, user want to see material number, material type. So we do have different material types in the this material, semi-finished or finished material. So we want user want to see which type of material it is. So for that, I want to display the material type. So it is a it holds alphabets. Alphabets are nothing but we can take character data. If it is a digits where it doesn't perform any arithmetical operations, we can use numeric data type. Suppose if it is holding only alphabets, then we can use character data type. So let me take data LV material type. So MATEYT. So this is nothing but variable name. So LV mat type is variable name. So L different. And here I'm taking suppose let me take length. So length here also let me change it as a length. It is not only for 10, so it's length. Here let me take 20 character length type C. So C is nothing but character data type. N is nothing but numeric data type. Now I have defined a variable to store material type. So that variable name is LV mat. It can hold up to 20 characters length. So within the bracket, I have specified 20, meaning this variable can hold up to 20 characters. So as of now, I haven't assigned any value into this variable. Just I have declared this is a variable name and it can hold up to this much length, that is 20. So again, I need to assign the value. So before displaying the data, first you need to store something in that variable so that it will be displayed in the output screen. So LV mat type. So when you want to fill it, the side equal symbol left side and right side you can write the value. And here, suppose raw material. If it is a raw material, I am writing RAW. Raw. And each segment after we need to put dot. So this variable is having material type, which is raw type. So to display this one in the output screen, again I have to use write. Right after, so already material number is displaying. Type is using storing in this variable LV mat type. So this one I have to write or LV mat type. Save it, check it, again activate and execute. If you want to display in the new line, we have to use slash. Right now you can see material number after material type is displaying. But user want to see one in number in the first line and creation date in the new. Want to see everything in a new line, slash. So slash indicates it can be in a new line. Use slash. Let me show you. Now you can see it is displaying something in a new line. Use slash. And it's still here.
No, Sneha.
No.
So numeric and character data type can hold up to 1 to 2000 and change. It can hold 2 lakh
2 lakhs.
62,400 there changes there. Yeah. So next we have numeric character. Okay, let me take date data type. Date data type. So data type then data, same variable name, and then type B. The other one, data, variable name, type DATS. So I'll show you these two. First, let me show you the data type. The variable I have used a keyword data. Using the declarative keyword do. LV creation. What is LV date? Right, LV date. Type D. So D is nothing but date data type, like C for character, N for numeric, D for date data type. And so I just declared date is a variable name, but I haven't assigned any value in this date, like so and so date like that I haven't written. So I need to assign the value now. The symbol left side, you need to write variable name. So we have to use single quotes. In the single quotes, I need to write the value because it is a character data type. Now here, whenever we have data type, we have to use a format that is year, month, day. So whenever you are assigning any date in the ABAP, always remember we need to follow this format. First, we need to specify, then month, after the date. Suppose if first I need to specify year, so that is 2025, and month. Month is nothing but 3. And lastly, I have to give the date. So whenever you want to write app, you have to use this format: year, month. So to display in the output screen, same step. Use write statement, and to display in a new line, slash. And here LV, save, check it, and execute. So now it is returning month, date, month, year. So whenever user wants date, month, year. But whenever we write the logic, always remember we have to follow year, month, date. But user cannot understand that way. So user can see whenever it will display like date, month, year. But whenever we will write the logic, always remember we have to follow this format. Now we do have one more way to declare date data type, that is DATS. So let me take one more date. Let me take the I'll take one more variable. Mm, so here, just I change DAT in the program. It will give a syntax error. See, already declared. So we should not use the same variable name. Always remember you use different. So LV data here also, let me change it. And here, so if you see, first one I have used D data type. Second one I have used DATS. So whenever we use DATS, it will display date with a separator. You can see that there is a dot. Again month after thing but separate. To see with a separator, we can use DATS, or else we can use D. So if we are using D in our program, it won't display any separator between this date, month, and year. If we are using, it will be, that is the difference. If user want to see if it's separator, we can use DATS as a data type, or else we can use D. It doesn't display any separator. Any doubts?
No, ma'am.
And it can hold up to 8 characters length. Date count year 4 and month to day. Hold up to 8 character length only. You cannot be hold more than 8 character length. We do have name, time, type. Same way with the variable name, type, T. So T is nothing but, let's take example, user uh, the so for that data LV time. So this is a variable name. LV time is a variable name. Type 2. So system will be recognized, okay, this data, this variable is belongs to time data type. And to assign the value, you need to take the variable name and put equal symbol. That is nothing but assignment operator within of this time. So time also we do have a format, that is hours, minutes, seconds. So it can hold up to 6 character length, and it follows 24 hours time. When SAP follows 24 hours format, and whenever we want to display time, it can be hold the format like hours, minutes, seconds. Suppose if it is 4:31, I think 6:31. 1 second. Suppose if I give 5 and each time, so I have given hours, minutes, seconds. Three, check, right? So it will be displayed as it is, like whatever the hours, minutes, seconds we have given. But if you want to give dynamic data, like data, that particular date and time, we do have a system variables, like which defines the current system date, current system time. So we have a system variable by using EIT. So this is the system variable. So this discuss in coming up classes. But as of now, you need to understand how we are defining different data types. But if user want to see dynamic data, we can use this system variable. So we'll discuss this in coming up classes. For data also, we have a system variable by date year. So this will discuss coming up class. But as of now, you can think these are the different data types under character data, and how we are defining the variable uh, and data type, how we are assigning the value. You can practice this. So, and if you see, every time I'm writing data, like how many variables are there, those many times I'm writing data. But instead of this, we can use a operator. Show you data. Mm. So this colon symbol we call it as a chain operator. So instead of declaring keyword, chain operator. So chain is define all the variables within by using this single data keyword. Instead of writing multiple times data again and again, we can replace it with a single operator that is called. Suppose if I use this chain operator, I can write multiple variables with a separated arm. Suppose I have a different variable. Suppose LV cost type I, LV, let me take, okay, LV name type G. Let me take 30 characters length. Let me save it. Let me check it. Now we can see there is no syntax error. With one data keyword, I have defined two variables. LV cost is one variable, LV name is another variable. So two different variables I have defined with a single data keyword using this chain operator. So whenever we want to uh, declare multiple variables, you can use chain operator. So all the declarations we can write all together. Suppose if you see here, I have written N, C type, D type, T type. So these all the declarations you can write at once. Like here, I have declared it once, right? So once you can declare it, later you can assign the value. So in that way also we can write the logic. Once we can do all the declarations, and after that, once all the declarations are done, we can assign the values to the variables. So instead of declaring multiple times data and colon symbol, you need to use separator called comma. So system will be recognized, okay, this data keyword is having multiple variables. Suppose if I use dot here, it cannot be recognized the next variable because it is ended here itself. This statement has ended here itself. So it is not recognizing the next variable. How the system will be recognize variable name? With the help of data keyword only. But here I have ended with a period. So system cannot be recognized. So always remember, if you are using chain operator, each variable name after that statement end, you have to put comma. When all the variables are completed, you can put lastly dot. The system will be recognized, okay, from here to here, one data, it is taking a chain operator and it is having these many variables. The last variable, it will be considered and it will be recognized with the dot. Okay, from here up to here, variable declaration completed. So like that system will be understand. And once your declaration is finished, always remember you need to assign the value. Suppose material cost. Suppose material cost is there. So here I have defined as I. I is nothing but integer data type. I is nothing but integer data type. So this integer data type comes under numeric data type. As I explained you earlier, date, time, character, numeric. These are comes under character data type. Integer, packet decimal, and floating. These are comes under numeric data type. So here I can take integer data type. And whenever we are using integer data type, we no need to specify explicitly how much length it requires. If you observe, every data type after a variable name after, I've specified the length within the bracket. For material number, which is end data type, and for character also I have specified. Date is fixed for 8, so I haven't specified. Time also I haven't specified. Similar way, for integer data type, I haven't specified any length because in SAP, they have defined this integer data type as 4 bytes. So whenever you are declaring integer data type, by default, it will take 4 bytes of memory. So we no need to specify explicitly, we need this much length. So once the declaration is finished, we can assign the value. Let me write the syntax. Data, variable name, type, I. I is nothing but integer data type. So once the declaration is finished, we can assign the value. So till now, I have assigned the value separately, but from here, I'll tell you there is a keyword to assign the value. Instead of writing separately, in the declaration itself, we can also assign the value. So if you see in the previous examples, first I have declared the variable, then I have assigned the value separately. So this is one statement, declaration, assigning the value is the second statement. Let me write to understand easily. This is nothing but declaration. And the second statement, we are assigning the value. Here we are assigning the value to the variable. So first I have declared the variable, then I have assigned the value to the variable. After that, I displayed. So to display, I have used write statement. So this is for display. So three steps I did: declaration, assigning the value, and display. So in every example, I did this. But from integer, in the declaration itself, I will assign the value. So instead of writing again, instead of writing one more statement, we can also write within the declaration itself using a keyword called value. So value is a keyword which is used to assign the value to a variable. Instead of writing one more statement, within the declaration itself, we can assign the value. We can write either way. Either you can use a separate statement or else in the declaration itself, you can assign the value. That is up to you. It won't give any difference in the output stream. Just it will be reduce our code. Suppose here I'll assign the value like 500. And it is a integer. Integer is nothing but numeric data type. If it is a numeric data type, we don't need to specify within the symbol. If it is a character data type, we can specify within the single quotes. Except the packet decimal, other two what we call numeric data types we cannot specify within the single quotes. Only packet decimal we need to specify in the single quotes. I'll tell you the reason later. But as of now, you can understand there are two ways to assign the value to the variable. One is using assignment operator, that is nothing but equal symbol. The other one is using value keyword. So we can use any of these to assign the value. Here, let me write value to assign the value to the variable. And here equal symbol also. We write equal. Or else we can use value keyword. And here also, any data type you can use value. So after data type, you can write value. Data, variable name, type, which data type it is, like integer, character, or numeric. So that value. So value keyword which is used to assign the value to this variable. And it is a character data type, so I'm assign the value within the single. Suppose name, if I write job, let me reduce the space. And so I have declared and I have assigned the value within the declaration itself. If you see, I have declared this LV cost and LV name, and also I have assigned the value to this variable. So what is the third step? I need to display. So to display, I have to use write keyword. And write also, instead of writing multiple times, if you see, each and every variable I have written write. Instead of that, we can use this chain operator. If you want to display multiple variables, you can use chain operator instead of writing write keyword multiple times. And if you see, each time I need to take a new statement. If you see, it has increased more number of lines. Like I have written 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Instead of that, I can write and I can put slash to display the new line. And here, what is the first variable I want to display? Like LV cost from this one. And if you are using colon, same we need to use separator comma. It is same for data keyword and write keyword. Instead of writing multiple times this keyword, we can use chain operator. That is colon symbol. And if I want to display the new line, again slash. It is the next variable name, LV name. And I have only these two variables here remaining already displayed. So after that, I can close with dot. After finishing all the variables, you can end with dot. Save. Check. Delete. And execute. So integer data type, which is displaying 500. John, which is displaying the name. And here I have used colon symbol, that is nothing but chain operator, instead of writing multiple times data keyword and write keyword. And instead of assigning the value separately, I have used a keyword called value to assign the value within the declaration itself. Whenever I'm declaring the variable name, in that same line, I will assign the value. So it will be reduce the number of lines in the program. And pack decimal or pack numbers, data type, and here syntax, data, variable name, and space after type, P, that is nothing but packet. And here decimals are nothing but we do have decimal numbers, like we do have point after we, if you want to display some numbers. So that we can write with the help of pack decimal. Suppose if you want to display something with decimal points, we can make use of pack decimal data type. So syntax is P, decimals, and how many decimals you want to display. After point, suppose if you want to write 25.12. So here point of how many digits are there? 2 digits are there. So I can write 3 decimal 2. Suppose point after, if you have 3 digits, you can write 3 decimal 3. So 3 decimals after, it will be write the decimal value. How many decimal places you need, that you need to specify here. So here, let me take decimal places. So point after how many digits you want to write, that is comes under decimal places. So system will be recognized, okay, user want to see after there is a number, after that user want to see these many decimal values or decimal places. So in that way, system will be recognized. Let's see one example, data. LV quantity, suppose there is a quantity, material quantity. So user want to see material quantity. So for that, I have taken a variable LVQT variable. That is nothing but for quantity. Type P. So P is nothing but packet decimal, which is used to display in the form of decimal values. P decimals, and there are decimals. Suppose mostly we used to take point after 2 decimals. So I want to display point after 2 decimals. So I have to define variable name type P is nothing but packet decimals, and decimal after. How many decimal values you want to display? You need to write. Suppose point after you want to display 2 numbers, you can write 2. If you want to display 3, you need to write 3. So decimals after you need to write how many decimal places you want to see, that you need to specify here. And then you can assign the values separately, or else you can assign the value here itself using value keyword. And as we know that if it is numeric data type, we don't need to specify the value within the single quotes, right? Suppose I want to display 25 point, like decimal is nothing but 2550. But if you see that in a red color, um, any guess like why it is showing in a red color after point?
You're not putting zero.
It's like a period. Maybe it's considering as a
Yes.
period.
Yes, yes. It is considering as a period. Dot is nothing but in ABAP we are using it as an end of the statement. So after ending of the statement, again I have written something, so it cannot be recognized. So that is the reason. If you want to assign the value in a packet decimal, you in a single quotes. Otherwise, it will be considered as an ending statement. So at this point, it will be considered as ending of the statement. So that is the reason use in a single quotes if it is a packet decimal. Then if you want to display, again use write statement. And whenever you are writing like I'm typing WRI. So if you see there is a name with write. So whenever you see that word, press tab. Instead of writing all the characters, if you press tab, directly it will be write the keyword. Right after wait, I need to write variable displaying the output stream. There, check, pivot, and I can exit. So it will be written with comma. If any points are there, internally system will be converted point as a comma and it will be displayed comma in the output stream. So if you see in the output stream, it is not displaying with a dot. It will be displaying like comma. So internally, it will be converted point as a comma. Did I use slash to display in the new line? So if we want to know, like here I have used manually, like I have written the values here and I have written the places. But suppose if we want to read from somewhere, we don't know how many characters it will be taking. Suppose here I am taking 2 decimal places. But if I want to extract from somewhere, I might not be knowing how many decimal places I want to display. So at that time, we can use standard data types. As I mentioned you, we can use global data type or local data type. So local data type is nothing but which we are using within the program. But global data types where we have where we can use entire system within the SAP system. So few data types already declared within SAP. So we can make use of those data types. Mostly we will be extracting from the tables. We do have database tables, which is already created by SAP. So at that time, we don't need to specify like this. Directly, we can write the data type name. We do have a concept called data element. We can write the data element here itself. So it will be extract the value dynamically. Instead of here, we are writing the data. But sometimes we need to read from somewhere. So at that time, we can use the standard data types for data elements. That we'll discuss in the coming up classes. So till here, do you have any doubts?
No.
We do have floating point data type, but that we don't use maximum, and which we are not using maximum. As Vishnu sir said, we are not discussing that. So you can explore it. And if you get any doubt, you can reach out to me. So elementary data types, fixed data type, I have explained everything. Only string. So this floating hexadecimal string, we don't use it maximum. 98 or 99% we don't use. That you can explore it. Remaining, already I have covered this one. Variable length, we'll discuss in tomorrow's session because we do have different string operations. So that is the reason I'm not explaining right now. So till here, do you have any doubts? Vamsh, you can stop recording the session.